Hi everybody, Ben from Engine Tuner here. Today the government have announced that if you're due an MOT on your car on the 30th of March or thereafter, it can be postponed for up to 6 months, provided that the car is kept in a good order. I thought while I'm stuck at home I will do a quick video just to show you the basics of checking your vehicle, make sure the oil, the water and all the levels are okay, make sure your lights are working. Obviously you shouldn't be out using your vehicle unless it's absolutely essential, but if you do have to go out and venture into it to get food or medicine or go to work if you're still working, then you need to be able to be aware of how safe your vehicle is. So we'll pop onto the drive and we'll have a look around and see what we can find. So I know this might seem a bit simple to a lot of people, but there are people out there who don't even know how to open up their engine compartment. So if I just try and aim this at everybody, then hopefully I won't miss anything. So, this is a Subaru Impreza, which obviously we do a lot of. Down under here is where you'll find the bonnet release cable, so we want to open that one. There we go, and then we'll pop underneath the engine bay. Once you've pulled the cable, the bonnet will pop up a little bit. You need to put your fingers in just above the badge and slide it to the left. There's a little catch in there. There we go. Alright, I'm right next to the road here, so you'll have to forgive me for any road noise. But let's point out some of the key things you need to be checking before you go anywhere. Here's a screen wash reservoir. You need to make sure that's topped up, because you need to be able to wash your windscreens, the sun and down the road. Here's where you put your engine oil in if it needs topping up. But first you need to be able to check it using the dipstick, which we'll jump into that in a minute to show you. This is the main engine coolant reservoir. That needs to be sort of just below the neckline. And over here, this was a bit modified on the front mount, but on a standard car it's usually here. This is the coolant expansion valve. So when the engine's hot, it needs to let a bit of coolant out, it will put it into this bottle, and as it cools down, it will suck it back. So it's important to make sure that one's topped up. Last but not least, this is where you find your brake fluid. That needs to be between the minimum and the maximum mark, which you can find on the side. And again, this is your clutch fluid, again between the minimum and the maximum mark. Now, it's important to do this when the engine is cold and on a level surface. If it's not level, then you'll get an incorrect reading. So what we do for the engine oil is we take it out with a bit of kitchen roll, give it a wipe off, get any oil off the stick so it's then dry, and then we dip it in and pull it out and keep it vertical. Otherwise, if you put it up horizontal, it will run up the stick and give you a false reading. That looks, as always with the Subaru, it's pretty messy. You have to dip it a few times to get a good reading. There we are, bang on the money. See the dot there? That's where it needs to be, on the dot. Some people say between the minimum and maximum, that's good, but we like to try and keep it just by the dot, so there's always a little bit of oil there should your engine need it. Right, now let's check the engine coolant. Give it a push down and a twist. This one is right on the money there. It's right, if you can see that, it's right there. I generally like to have them just below the neckline, but this one's been sat for a few days now, so it's all the water back in from the expansion bottle. So make sure we put that on. You need to twist, push down and twist, and it shouldn't be able to turn anymore. If that's not seated properly, then when you go down the road and it gets hot, you'll have all sorts of problems. Tucked away in the back now is the brake fluid, so let's go have a look at that. On the side here and on here there is a minimum and maximum mark, so we need to give it a bit of a wipe so you can see. Sometimes a little gentle shake to see the fluid. You can't see it through the reservoir, but make sure you can get the cap off and see if you can see it through the top. This one's bang on the money. Let's check the clutch. Yeah, right up on the max mark. So no problems there. Now, is the clutch and brake fluid reservoir, both separate reservoirs. As you can see here it says max, and it says it again on this side. Now if we give it a little rock and a shake, you can see there's brake fluid there moving around, and it's bang on the money. You say if need be, if you need to put any in, just undo that. There is a little filter at the top to stop any more dirt and debris getting into your brake system, and as you can see there's fluid right there. Right, let's move on to the clutch. Again, min and max on the side here. Give them a wipe off so we can see them. Little shake, you can see the fluid rocking around in there. And if you're unsure or you need to put some more in, gentle screw off and have a look in there. There we go. That pretty much sums up everything going on under the engine bay, but that's not all you should check. You should check that your tyre pressures, tyre tread depths, your brakes are all in good working order. Make sure your horn works and make sure all your lights work. Most of the lights you can check yourself, but your brake lights in particular, unless you've got a wall behind you which will light up when you press the brakes, you might need a family member to come and help you with that. So let's check the horn and the lights next. Now you need, with most cars, to have the ignition on to check your lights, especially on modern cars. A lot of them will be automatic, but this is an earlier vehicle and it needs you to turn the switch on. So let's put the ignition on, and then obviously you know where all your light switches are and things. So in here we'll go for side lights and we'll have a walk around and check the front and back lights are all working. It's a bit hard to see because it's a gorgeous sunny day here, but that's the side light on. Let's see if we can see it lighting up there. And then come across and check the other one. Yeah, that's working. While we're out, check the back ones. Again, the sun is on them, but that one is lighting up. And so is that one. Now it's time to flick from side lights onto dip beam, which is your headlight that you use to drive around with normally, so you don't dazzle people on high beam. Let's go check the dip beam. The back lights don't change, so they'll still be permanently lit. So it's just the front ones we really need to check now. And that one's lighting up. And so is that one. Now flick it onto main beam. This is what you use in a country lane when there's nothing around. And you see up there, there's your main beam on. And we'll go check that they're on as well. Main beam's working. And main beam's working. Alright, now that's the side lights done, let's check the indicators. So check the left, yeah, that one's working up there. Check the right, that one's working up there. So let's go out and try and check them all. Yeah, that's the right. That's the right. right, left, that's the left, that's the left, and that's the left. That pretty much covers the lights. So now let's check the horn works. Yeah, that works. Now's a brake light test. I've got somebody in the car pushing the brake pedal for me. And again, hard to see in the sun, but if we give it a bit of shadow, that one's lighting up. That one's lighting up. And that one's lighting up. All present and correct. Tyres aren't the easiest thing to check if you haven't got a jack or anything, but I'm just laying on the floor now, just checking the back ones. And to check the front ones is a little bit easier because you can turn the wheel on full lock and that will show you the tread. Make sure you've got more than 1.6 mil. It's hard to measure if you haven't got anything to measure it with. But in here, up there, that's tread depth indicators. Basically, if they're sitting quite high against your tread, you need new tyres. Again, you shouldn't have any balding on the sides. If you do, you want to think about getting some new rubber, especially on a performance car. Checking brakes. On some cars like this with big openings here, it makes it a bit easier to see. But if you've got standard wheels or steel wheels, it might not be easy to see. We can see there, the disc looks in quite good condition. There's no lips, no nasty rust. Not very great to pick up on camera, but in there, if you look down in this gap here, you should be able to see your pad material. If it looks like the backing plate of the pad is quite close to the disc, chances are your pads have worn out. Most pads nowadays have a squealing indicator on, so you'll hear a bit of metal on metal, which will advise you to go and get them changed as soon as possible. So I've just pulled the wheel off my wife's car. As you can see, there's a nasty score on the disc there, and there's a bit of a lip there, and it's a bit dark here, but down in there, the pad is getting low. So that is an example of brakes that are on their way to needing replacement. It might be a bit hard to see because it's a bit dark, but that is what a brand new disc and pad looks like in comparison. Thanks for watching. I hope that wasn't too insulting or too boring. If nothing else, it gave me something to do today. Please make sure your vehicles are safe. Please only go out if you absolutely need to. Let's kick this virus so we can all get back to normality. Thanks for watching.